Enemies, leaders, friends. Clarke and Bellamy have been through it all. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Bellarke moments.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best moments between Clarke and Bellamy from the post-apocalyptic sci-fi show, The 100. Number 10. Clarke could use a drink.
Do you really think now's a good time to be having a party? I mean, the grounder is out there.
Grounders.
Under the dark cloud of impending war with the Grounders, the 100 experience a moment of calm before the storm, and enjoy a party celebrating Unity Day. As usual, a worrisome Clarke is finding it hard to enjoy herself, so Bellamy suggests that she participate in the festivities while they have the chance to have a drink, or more than one.
Why don't you go get a drink? You look like you could use one.
As a contrast to the normal gloom and doom of this show, it is nice to see a more fun and carefree side to their dynamic. This is the first time we see Clarke and Bellamy share a moment, not as enemies or begrudging partners, but as friends.
So do you, by the way.
I'll have my fun when the Grounders come.
Number 9. The List. With the death wave approaching, Clarke is faced with the horrible task of making a list of the 100 people allowed in Arcadia when it hits. Bellamy catches her writing his name on the list and demands that she be on the list too.
If I'm on that list, you're on that list.
Bellamy, I can't.
Write it down.
When she can't bring herself to do it, he writes her name down himself, but reassures her that as long as they're still breathing, he still has hope that they will find another way to save everyone.
So what now?
Now we put it away and hope we never have to use it.
Clarke and Bellamy have both doubted whether or not they deserve to survive, but they've also appreciated the other's worth, and been each other's rock when one of them is losing hope.
You still have hope?
We still breathing?
Number 8. Reunited.
Last time I saw you, you were closing the dropship door.
After Clarke had to close the dropship door with Bellamy still outside during the war with the Grounders, the two were separated, not knowing if the other was still alive.
Finn and Bellamy. I thought they were dead.
So when they were finally both safe at the newly established Camp Jaha, an emotional reunion was well in order. Relieved that the other is still alive, the two share a very unexpected hug. Octavia took the words right out of our mouths.
Now there's something I thought I'd never see.
This moment is an important benchmark in the duo's evolution as a team. Having started out as enemies and slowly developing into friends, this moment solidifies their true partnership and sets the tone for how their relationship will continue.
How many with you?
None.
Number 7. The bunker door.
Bellamy, stop!
Once again, Bellamy and Clarke are on opposite sides. As the death wave looms closer, Clarke gives the order for Skaikru to take control of the bunker, but Bellamy demands they open the door and honor the outcome of the conclave. The confrontation between them ends in an intense standoff at the bunker door.
We know that if that door stays shut, the human race survives. Please.
Clarke holds Bellamy at gunpoint to show her resolve, but he says she'll have to kill him to stop him.
You're gonna have to make it a kill shot. It's the only way you're gonna stop me.
Unable to do so, she lowers the gun and he opens the door. These two leaders often find themselves disagreeing about situations where there's no good call, but they always respect each other's perspectives and care about each other's well-being. Number 6. Banishing Murphy.
Son of a bitch!
What's your problem?
Recognize this?
When Clarke confronts Murphy for Wells' death, Bellamy's warning that it will cause chaos proves true.
I know what you did, and you're gonna pay for it.
Pressured by the 100, Bellamy starts to hang Murphy for the crime committed by a girl named Charlotte, who Clarke and Bellamy help escape from a vengeful Murphy.
Just stop, okay? Murphy didn't kill Wells! I did!
When Murphy catches them, threatening to kill Clarke if Charlotte doesn't go with him, Charlotte jumps off a cliff, killing herself, so that Murphy won't hurt Clarke.
Charlotte!
No!
Realizing that they are both responsible for what happened to Charlotte, Clarke and Bellamy reach a new understanding and choose to banish Murphy. This moment establishes Clarke and Bellamy's new relationship as leaders, as well as their desire to do things better than on the Ark. Number 5. Pulling the lever.
Clarke, we need him.
And I need his son to believe me.
The 100 have faced many formidable enemies, but perhaps the worst of all are the Mountain Men. Clarke and Bellamy exhaust all other possible options to spare the innocent, while getting their friends out of Mount Weather before the Mountain Men drain them of their bone marrow.
And Clarke, there are kids in here. We need a plan that doesn't kill everyone.
Please tell me we have one.
But President Cage Wallace, figuratively and literally, forces their hands.
I didn't want this.
Neither did I.
Left with no other choice, they decide to irradiate the mountain, killing everyone inside, including families, children, and the people who helped them. Possibly the toughest call they've ever had to make. They make it together, even though they share a heartbreaking goodbye soon after.
May we meet again.
Number 4, I Need You.
You saved my life today. And you may be a total ass half the time. But I need you.
Bellamy's Season 1 story arc saw him develop from a villain into a hero. One of his darkest moments was the part he played in The Culling. After eating some hallucinogenic nuts, Bellamy is haunted by those who died on the Ark, not knowing the ground was safe. Facing the repercussions of his actions, he turns to Clarke, who reminds him that he is a big part of the reason they are surviving, and offers him forgiveness for his bad choices.
You want forgiveness? Fine, I'll give it to you. You're forgiven, okay? But you can't run, Bellamy.
This is one of the first times we see Clarke and Bellamy being truly vulnerable with each other. It's an important turning point in Clarke and Bellamy's relationship, as well as in his character arc.
All I think about every day is how we're gonna keep everyone alive. But we don't have a choice.
Number 3, back together again. Season 5 saw a 6-year time jump, during which Bellamy and the others have managed to survive on the Ark, and Clarke has formed a bond with Maddie. Finally back on Earth, Bellamy meets Maddie, who reveals that Clarke is still alive, though not for long.
Bellamy? Clarke knew you would come.
Clarke's alive.
Just when it looks like Clarke is going to be killed at the hands of the Allegis crew, Bellamy appears and negotiates for her life to be spared.
283 lives. For one. She must be pretty important to you.
She is.
Even though fans had to wait a grueling year for this reunion, Bellarke had to brave 6 years, and thinking the other was dead to come to this. No matter what happens from here on out, seeing these two together again sharing an embrace was well worth the wait.
You're really here.
Number 2, Clarke and Bellamy forgive each other. With Clarke gone, Bellamy resorting to his old ways, Chancellor Pike in control, and Jaha seducing people into the City of Light, family and friends are turning on each other.
Octavia will forgive you eventually. The question is, will you forgive yourself?
But as always, they find their way back to each other in the search for a way to end the mind-controlling AI.
I was so angry at you for leaving. I don't want to feel that way anymore.
They both acknowledge that they have let each other and themselves down. Clarke forgives Bellamy for the Grounder army he massacred, and Bellamy forgives Clarke for abandoning him when he needed her most.
But we need each other, Bellamy. What we're doing now, the only way we're gonna pull this off is together.
In this moment, they reaffirm their partnership and admit that they need each other to get through what comes next. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
How long until chocolate cake turns into being hung upside down and drained for their blood?
I don't know. But we don't have much time.
Since I don't take orders from you, I'm gonna need a better reason.
I can't lose you too.
Number 1, Head and Heart. As the death wave approaches, Clarke fears that Abby's premonition will come true, and she will not make it to the rocket back to the Ark.
My mom had a vision of me dying. Just like the one Raven had that told her there was a rocket here.
So she wants to make sure Bellamy is ready to lead without her. This conversation is emblematic of Clarke and Bellamy's dynamic.
Every stupid thing you did, it was to protect your sister. She didn't always see that, but I did.
She tends to lead with her head, and he tends to lead with his heart. In her way of saying goodbye, Clarke tells Bellamy that this big heart is exactly what makes him such a great leader. But to keep everyone alive, he has to start using his head too.
People follow you. You inspire them because of this. But the only way to make sure we survive is to use this too.
Bellamy assures Clarke that that's what he has her for, and she's not going anywhere. And lucky for them, and us, that ended up being true.
I got you for that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.